Hi, my name's Kelly Goad, and I have a 10-year-old son named Vincent Goad, and we just graduated with stunning results. Vincent has dyslexia, and we had gone to several different programs and tried to help him with his dyslexia. He was medically diagnosed. Before he was medically diagnosed, we went to Sylvan. I did that program for about 10 months to a year with little to no improvement. After that, he was diagnosed with dyslexia through Fort Wayne Pediatric Neurology, and we went to specialty tutoring for about 10 months to a year. Still did not see the type of improvement we were hoping for. Went to Dr. Weaver just to have his eyes checked because I noticed a lot of fidgeting and fussing and moving around and keeping his papers close to his face, but he had always come back with 20/20 vision. Dr. Weaver found that he had a divergence issue and recommended that we come here. We came here, they did all of the testing, and when he started, he was reading at a second grade level at 60 words a minute, and when he graduated, he was reading at 175 words a minute at a fourth grade level. Complete honor roll student now in the fourth grade. NWEA scores are coming out, high average. And he's even playing catch and having better times in sports with his buddies. So we had taken our son in, we had the medical diagnosis that he had dyslexia. They said borderline ADD and possibly Asperger's. There's no therapy for Asperger's, so we focused on the dyslexia. When we went in and we saw the dyslexia specialist, we went and had the dyslexia training, we were not seeing an improvement. We had tried lots of different programs. We just weren't seeing it. So I took him to the eye doctor and I said, there's got to be something else. What do you recommend? And he recommended Indiana Vision Development Center. I had never heard of it. And through the process, we've been here 10 months. I tell people, hey, my son's going to vision therapy. Nobody's ever heard of it. They don't even know it's an option to fix a problem. So you have to research. You have to look and say, what are the symptoms? My son is moving around a lot. They think it's fidgeting, but really it's not. The poor guy can't see out of his left eye or his right eye. They're moving the papers back and forth. Oh, he's just fussy. He has too much energy. Pay attention to the underlining symptoms, not what they're saying is the result, but look and see. Is he moving the textbook? Is he wiggling? Does he not want to read? Why doesn't he want to read? What are the underlying symptoms? And then those are the symptoms you want to have fixed. And if you come to Indiana Vision Development Center, they will do the testing. If it is not something they can help you with, then they'll tell you they can't help you and send you somewhere else. But if it is something they can help you with, the change is dramatic. So from a mother or a parent's perspective, we tried. And also let me just say that he's my second son with learning disabilities. So I went through this 10 years ago where we did even more in-depth testing, where we sought more specialists, where my son had private tutors, where he went to summer school, where he was pulled out in school, which by the way, so was Vince. So over the last 3 years, we've done Sylvan, we have done Indiana specialty tutoring, and our last place was Indiana Vision Development. So in a 3-year period, plus he was getting pulled out in school because he has an IEP. And when I mention to people that he has vision therapy, I would say every week we're going to vision therapy. The biggest thing I get is, what's vision therapy? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you need to know about vision therapy. Let me tell you about it. And I tell people about it. And out of all the programs, both children, all the years, this has made a profound difference in the way my son acts, thinks. He reads now on his own, 20 minutes every day. They get a pizza if they do, so that's also a lot of fun. But we don't fight with him. We don't argue with him. If he has a problem with a word, he actually spells it to me. I don't have to come in and read it. He's just all around happier. He's proud of his grades, and it's all because of Indiana Vision Development. So one thing about coming to Indiana Vision Development Center was that I didn't realize that you could have 20/20 vision and still have an issue with what the brain is seeing. So it's not a brain issue, it's not an eyeball issue, it's an in-between issue. So if you have a bad knee or you have a bad back, you go to physical therapy and you strengthen it and you make it better. When you come here, again, the best thing is that once it's fixed, it's fixed. So some of the therapies are muscular because he had a convergence issue. So when he would try to read something and you have a left eye and a right eye, but you need it to see as one item, one picture as you're reading, he couldn't do that. He could see some with his right eye, some with his left eye. So we had to train through the therapy that he did here, and then we did at home. They give us a program and say, here's what you have to do, here's how many minutes it is. It's not a lot. It's not a lot until they fight and then they don't want to do it. Then it becomes more. But while they're doing the therapy, it's not a lot of therapy. And you do different activities which work with the brain, it works with the eyes, it works with the muscle. And once it's there, you have the muscle memory and the repairs are done. It's fixed for good. We invest in stocks, bonds, college accounts. Why wouldn't you invest in your children? Vision, if you have poor vision, you have a deficiency for the rest of your life. And it's something that if you have good vision, you don't think of. But if your child couldn't hear, you'd get them a hearing aid. If your child had problems speaking, you'd get them speech therapy. So this is an investment in your child that lasts a lifetime.